Are you ready for Sunday school, kids?
Hello, everybody. I'm going to talk about names again. We talked about names a little while ago when we talked about how Jesus got his name. The angel came and talked to Mary and Joseph and told them, when the baby's born, you're going to name him Jesus. God knows your name too. God knows my name. God knows everybody's name. And these are a few of the stories to tell you that. I'm going to tell you a couple of stories. One is from the Hebrew Testament. That's the Old Testament. And that was about somebody named Moses. We did talk about him also in the summertime. You might remember what Moses did. But before, God had to talk to him and tell him what to do. One day, Moses was out in the field with his sheep. And all of a sudden, he saw a bush that was burning. And when he went up to put the fire out, he noticed that the bush wasn't burning at all. It was filled with flames, but the bush was not burning. And he wondered about that. And then he heard God's voice saying, "Moses, Moses." Now, what do you think he said? He didn't run away. He wasn't afraid. He didn't turn his back or anything. He said, "Oh, hello, Lord. What do you want me to do?" And that's what we're going to talk about a bit today, is what to do if you hear God calling you. There's another one in the New Testament. The New Testament is the part we talk about Jesus in. Jesus was walking down in a little town, and people were all around him. Everybody wanted to hear what he was saying. Everybody loved to listen to him. And everybody knew about him because they talked about it to each other. Remember, there was no TV or telephones in those days. If you wanted to see Jesus, you had to go to see Jesus. Well, the crowds were just packed around him. And this little guy called Zacchaeus, he was just a very short man, wanted to see Jesus very, very, very much. He had an idea. He couldn't see over everybody's heads, so he climbed up in a tree. He did. He climbed up in that tree, and he sat there, and he could see Jesus. And he was so excited he could see Jesus. But you know what? Jesus saw him too. And Jesus came over to him. And he had never been introduced, but Jesus knew his name. He said, "Zacchaeus, come down from that tree. I'm going to your house for dinner tonight." Well, you can imagine how excited Zacchaeus was. Jesus knew his name, and he was coming to his house. Every time God calls us, or Jesus calls us, they want us to do something special. And next one is the story of a little boy named Samuel. And I'm going to tell you this story because it's about children. That's why it's one of my favorite. God not only calls people, grown-ups, but he calls children too. This is a story about a lady named Hannah who wanted to have a baby so much, and she didn't for years and years and years. And so she prayed to God, "Please send me a little boy baby. And if you do, God, I promise that I will send him into your service for all his whole life. He will follow you his whole life long." And God listened to Hannah and gave her a little boy named Samuel. When Samuel was the right age, she took him to the tabernacle, to the temple. And that's where they met Eli. He was the priest who lived there. And the priest was going to raise Samuel to help God. And everybody was happy about that. Even Samuel loved that idea. He would sleep at the temple too. And one night he was sleeping at the temple, and he heard a voice saying, "Samuel, Samuel." Well, he got up and rubbed his eyes and ran into Eli's room. "Eli, you called me." Eli said, No, I didn't call you. Go back to bed." He went to bed. He fell asleep. He heard the voice, "Samuel, Samuel." He woke up, got up, ran into Eli's room. "Eli, you called me?" And Eli said, "No, I didn't call you. Go back to bed." So he went back to bed. He fell asleep. He heard the voice again, "Samuel, Samuel." This time when he ran to Eli, Eli thought, if it's not me calling you, it's God. The next time you hear God calling you, you tell him, "Here I am. What do you want me to do?" So Samuel went back to bed, and he heard the voice again, "Samuel, Samuel." This time Eli just sat up in bed, and I'll show you a picture of that now. So he sat up in bed, and he said, "Here I am, God. What do you want me to do?" And then God told him what he wanted him to do, even though he was just a child. God had a job for him, and he did exactly what God asked him to do. God can call you too. He might call you in your dreams. He might call you because somebody else is asking you to do something special. Sometimes somebody will come to me and say, I really need some help. Could you help me? And that's a way of God saying, this is what you need to do. You need to help this person. That's a way God can call you too. Let's say a little prayer. You ready? Dear Father, today we are listening for your call. Perhaps you have something special for us to do. When you call, we will answer. Here I am, Lord. Amen. Hi, we're downstairs in God's garden now, and I have several really cute crafts for you to do. I've got 2 crafts, and then something a little different at the end. I'll show you them all first, and then we'll do them one at a time. You have to go on the children's activity page, and you will find a page that looks something like this, with pictures of ears. And we're going to make a picture with big ears so that you can hear God call you. So you're going to need to print the ears off, and that will look like this one here. I'll show you what to do with that later. Okay? The other one, we're going to make a picture of you, and we're going to put your name in the picture, as if God was calling you out of bed. Okay? The third thing is a skit. And we've not done a skit before, but you can do it at home. And it only takes 2 people. It could take 4 people, but you can each take different parts, and you can do it together with 2 people if you want to. And when you go online, you will find it here. And it's the same one that we just did upstairs about how Samuel was in bed and God called him. And it's really kind of fun. So you want to do that. Maybe you could prepare it before Dad comes home, or prepare it for somebody else and do it online for them. That would be really cool. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to make some big ears so that you will hear God calling you. First of all, I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick, a little bit of an art project here. I'm going to show you how to draw your face, okay? Now, you're going to draw an oval. Everybody's face is pretty much the same shape. Okay, so lots of people start with putting the eyes way up at the top, but I'm going to show you the right way to do it. I want you to draw an oval on a piece of paper, and I'll show you that in a few minutes too. And then you're going to take a pencil. Now I'm just going to use the marker, but you will use a pencil because you'll need to erase these lines when you've finished. Okay, the first line goes top straight down the middle, like that. The next line goes right across the middle, like this. Okay, one more line will go in the middle between the point here and the chin. So you'll go right across the middle here. It doesn't matter if they're straight. It's just to give you an idea where the parts of your face belong. All right, so then we're going to put the eyes in. Yeah, it's don't go way up here because this is where all of your hair is, right? So you have to have space to put your hair. And your hair is all here. Maybe you have some bangs that go off to the side. So your eyes are going to go here. You're going to put half a circle up and the bottom of the eye down. Half a circle up and the bottom of the eye down. That's where your eyes go. Just in the middle. Then you're going to put, your mouth is going to go just so that it goes a little bit on top of this line and a little bit below it. Okay? That's where your mouth is. Now your nose is actually part of your eyebrow. You might not think about it, but it is. So if you make an eyebrow, and then you continue the eyebrow round, you'll make the side of the nose. If you put your eyebrow on here, continue it down, you'll make that side of the nose. And that's where your whole face belongs. Your ears, if you look at somebody with glasses, you will see that the glass arm goes right from the corner of the eye just over top of the ear. So we're going to go right from the corner of the eye, and we're going to make the ear right down to the corner of the mouth. So it goes right inside this little line here. There, that's the way you should put your face when you're drawing it. And then you're going to erase those 3 lines, so then you'll have the face in the right proportions. Okay? I'll do that again on this page while you can do it with me. So you're going to get white page or color construction paper page of about sort of skin color if you can. And then you're going to draw that oval. Draw the oval out. Using a pencil, I'm going to draw a very faint line straight down, straight across, and one in the middle here. And then I'm going to draw my face. Okay? And my eye. You can even do this upside down, it's so easy. Then you're going to draw your mouth. And then you're going to draw your eyebrow. And you don't have to draw it all the way around, but you can just leave a space open maybe for, and then here. And then your other eyebrow, but you know where it's going to go. And there's your nose. Okay? And then you can draw on some hair. Whatever hairstyle you have, because this is going to be your face, okay? I'm not going to put the ears on because we are going to use the ears that you're going to photocopy. And those are going to be these ears here. So I'll show you how to do that. Okay? And I think I'm going to just finish off the eyes. So what I did there is I put the eyelid and then the circle for your eyeball. Now, I'm going to cut out the ears that are on here, which actually I have already cut out, just to save a little bit of time. And they are too big for this face. And they should be too big for this face because this is a funny face. This face is going to show, hey, I need to listen to God with big ears. Okay, so I'm going to fold back where it tells you to. It'll tell you on the page here. Just to fold back a little bit. Open your glue, and then I'm just going to glue those on. Okay. He's going to look like a real silly guy, like that. Then you can cut him out, or you can put more hair on, or decorate him the way that you want to be decorated. But that is going to be your face, and you are going to be listening to God. Okay? Just like Samuel did. And then you can erase the pencil lines, and you're awaiting the races. Okay, you're going to go over here for a little while, little guy, and we're going to do something else. The next thing we're going to do is a picture. A picture of Samuel in his bed. You're going to need a page of white paper, a popsicle stick, and a small piece of material. This is going to be the blanket on the bed. If you don't have a small piece of material, you might maybe find a J-cloth or something like that that your mom uses in the kitchen, and just cut it to the size of the bed. Okay? On the white paper, we're going to draw 4 things. We're going to draw the bed. Oh, came up there. Here you go. And the bed is pretty easy. You're just going to draw a straight line up, a straight line down like that. And then the bottom of the bed is the same. Oh, this time my bed is a little bit shorter than the top. Okay. Then you're going to draw the mattress, which is probably just like that. Right? Then you're going to draw a pillow and maybe a ruffly blanket on top of the pillow. Very easy to make a bed. Okay? Then you're going to draw a picture of yourself. And the easiest way is just using circles and triangles. So we're going to use a circle, triangle, maybe you're wearing a nightgown, and maybe some triangle for the arms, and triangles for the feet. That's the easiest way, just to do a little picture like that. Then you can put some hair on if you want to. And you're going to try to remember to do the face the way I showed you before. Pretty simple, but you can make it in every way you want to, because it's going to be a picture of you. The next thing we're going to do is just a square. This is going to be the window. We're going to make a picture of your bedroom. Like that. And then, if you ever look at comic books or anything like that, if somebody's talking, they use a word bubble. And a word bubble is a big white, like a cloud almost over their head with the words inside it and a little arrow pointing to them. So we're going to make a little cloud bubble here. Like that. Then we're going to cut them all out. And we're going to glue them all on. And then you will be able to jump out of bed whenever God tells you. There's the window. There's the bubble. And in our story, God called Samuel, but he can also call you. So in this word bubble, you're going to write your name. I'm going to write my name in here. That will be God calling to me, saying, I've got a job for you. It's something you can do. I will help you, he will say. God will always help you. Okay? And then you're going to cut out the little figure of yourself wearing pajamas. All right, and I have the bed already cut out here, so I'm ready to go with that. On the back of the little person, you're going to glue a popsicle stick, just like we did last week in our craft last week, when we had Jesus being baptized and going up and down in the water. But this one, you're going to be going up and down in bed. All right, so we're going to put some glue on the bed. Bed in your room. The construction paper, I would suggest you try to get a color that's similar to the color of your own bedroom walls, so that you know that he's calling you in your own room. The window, I'm going to put just over top of my bed. And because God is speaking from heaven, we're going to put this so that it's kind of aiming towards the window. And you can draw on here stars in the sky. Got some colored markers or pencil crayons, and then you can draw some curtains if you have any curtains in your room. Draw on the curtains. Just decorate it the way your room is. Okay. Now there's our bed and the window and God calling. The next part we're going to do, we're going to put the blanket on the bed. And we're going to kind of ruffle it up a little bit, so because your blanket is ruffled up when you go to bed, so it doesn't have to be smooth, okay? But we're only going to put glue at the top. We don't want to glue the whole blanket down, only just the top of the blanket, okay? So we're just going to put it on top of the glue and ruffle it a little bit. Hold it down till it's a little bit dry. There we go. Okay, so now, you are in your pajamas. Are they blue? Are they purple? Are they green? Do they have rainbows on them? Do they have little toys on them? Whatever your pajamas look like, color it all in. And then you're going to go to bed. Just like that. Merrily, merrily. Yes. What is it? What is it? Oh, I'm going back to bed. Go back to bed because you didn't hear it. You don't know who was calling you. And then you'll hear God calling again. Merrily, merrily. Did I hear God calling me? Yes, God, what would you want me to do? So you can make a little skit of yourself. Okay? That is pretty cool. I wonder what God's going to call you to do this week. Keep your ears open and your mind ready, and you will hear God asking you to help somebody or to do something special. And that's our craft for today. And in a few minutes, we're going to do a song. Here is our song for the day. It's called Whisper a Prayer. It's talking about how you can talk to God. And then the next verse is how God answers your prayer. So there's 2 verses, but the middle part is all the same. So we'll sing it through twice. And you can sing it with me if you know it. And if you don't, learn it and sing it with me the second time. Okay? And this shows the sun coming up in the morning, and then the sun at noon, and the sun in the evening. We're going to talk about morning, noon, and evening. And then there's a picture of a heart, because that's the word heart. To keep your heart in tune. Alrighty? Here we go. Whisper a prayer in the morning, whisper a prayer at noon, whisper a prayer in the evening, to keep your heart in tune, to keep your heart in tune. God answers prayer in the morning, God answers prayer at noon, God answers prayer in the evening, and God will answer you, and God will answer you. Did you like that? Shall we sing it one more time? Get your moms or dads or whoever's there to come and help you sing, okay? Let's try again. And I want to hear you this time. Whisper a prayer in the morning, whisper a prayer at noon, whisper a prayer in the evening, to keep your heart in tune, to keep your heart in tune. God answers prayer in the morning, God answers prayer